tolerance, and love to us all. And oh, how I will miss her chicken tetrazzini.
Her firstborn son, Don recalls. When Mom and Dad lived in Columbus, they had a sailboat that I loved to sail. Occasionally, I would tip it over, and once, I even sank it. Throughout my life, when my boat was tipped or sank, Mom was always there to help me right it. By listening, repeating back to me, and suggesting what she would do, without actually telling me what to do. She taught me how to capture the wind and be patient when the doldrums were present. I will miss my captain.
Carrie, the firstborn, says, Mom, you gave us life, cared for us, encouraged us, showed us our special talents, and taught us to think and act with respect, integrity, and happiness. You did all of this unselfishly, sacrificing bits of your own life whenever and wherever we needed you. You were always there for us, noting amusing records of our growth, both in the little sketches you did and the travel notebooks that sometimes embarrassed us. Now that your wondrous and wonderful journey with us is complete, you know we are properly trained.
Finally.
And our family is truly fortunate as we now go on with the amazing colors of life you helped us see clearly and joyfully. Mom, we smile as we imagine you enjoying your reward in heaven for the treasures you left us with.
From Steve. Mom was a teacher. In addition to her art classes, she taught Christian values and parenting, setting an example for her children as future parents. As children, we learned to pray, share, take turns, and not talk with our mouths full. I'm not certain the famous wooden spoon was ever really used, but it kept us in line. As teens and young adults, we learned that our actions have consequences. And as parents, most of us have found ourselves telling our own children, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Mostly, she taught us that love for our children is unconditional and everlasting. Carolyn and I consider ourselves truly blessed to have had such a loving and devoted teacher. We hope to live up to the standard she set.
Liz shares, Mom always loved and accepted people easily. She rarely complained and so often gave people the benefit of the doubt. You might initially think she was a right-sided brain person since her sense of creativity was so strong in music and the arts, but clearly she was the whole package. Her left-sided verbal and logic skills taught us to use correct grammar and know the difference between a want and a need. Growing up in our home, we never had a true need that wasn't met.
Brother John says that Mom possessed and instilled in each of us so many gifts, talents, and life lessons, but really encouraged us to always listen to the perspective of others. This listening to other perspectives helped Mom to survive the many arguments and debates the Boyle family would often have. By her example, she led us to resolve many situations by looking for the positive or seeing the other side. And when that didn't work, she taught us to just turn the other cheek or to simply focus on something else. Many a heated argument was diffused by her famous, "Hey, look at the moo cow" phrase. And it was an expression, for those of you who don't know, that started during long car trips to distract fighting kids. But it persisted forever with a wink and a smile. So today, I'm sure that Mom is looking down on all of us here patiently listening to all of these comments, all our thoughts, and all of our ways of saying how much we will love and miss her. She's no doubt distressed to see our grief. My guess is that she'd want us to be happy for her and not to grieve too much. She'd probably even want to distract us from her sorrow. She might even be saying right now, "Hey, look at the blue cow."
Amy shares that a mother is a child's first and best teacher, and my mom was certainly that for me. As a Jewish proverb puts it, God could not be everywhere. That's why he created mothers. When I reflect on the lessons I learned from my mom, these thoughts come to mind. First, having just enough satisfies more than having it all. Second, you can do anything, even learn to paint a picture, if you work hard and have the courage to try. And finally, as Rudyard Kipling advised, choose to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. Thank you, Mom, for being my patient teacher and close friend. I will miss you dearly.
Pat says, "Mom, how loving and kind and patient she was. From childhood, I remember what an advocate she was for fairness to all, and how she encouraged a sense of responsibility from each of us. As a mother of 10, Mom was so organized. Memories of the green ledger of our weekly chores hanging on the kitchen door, countless school lunches and grocery lists, camping trips for all, packed and ready to go, and for many years, her management of a growing art portfolio. And though known as a gifted artist, I remember her more as that great listener. She was always supportive and interested. Whether it meant smiling through football games she tried to understand, or providing advice on how best to relate to people, or suggesting when prayer might be the best answer. Her tender love of family extended to my husband and my children, and that meant the world to me. Though we already miss her, I know we will live by the loving example she set for us all. And finally, with words from the love from our dad. She was as beautiful as any rose ever planted. No thorns, just soft words. She had talents with words in art, music, and in family life. She was an unlicensed dietitian who prepared as many as 12,364 meals a year. She was nurse to all of us, a seamstress, a woman of many talents. Besides all of this, she kept me running for the 2 years I pursued her before she said yes, as well as during the next 65 years we ran our marathon up and down the roads of our life's journey together. I really can't wait to share heaven with her and all of the loved ones we have known. We'll all be singing and harmonizing and laughing together once again someday. God promised this to all, and so it will be one day in due time. In closing, we can hear Jesus saying, "Well done, good and faithful servant," supporter,
Teacher,
friend,
mother,
advocate,
organizer,
sister,
listener,
captain,
artist,
and trusted partner. And
now
now enter
into the home of the